This is according to MzShellz. Come on in and enjoy the show. Good day, everybody. Welcome to another episode of According to MzShellz. And I'm here again with another friend. Remember, I told you I have dope friends. So I have a travel bug. So this friend loves to travel. So hint, hint, we're going to talk about travels. So get ready. My friend is here. Her name is Sophia Naiditch, and she's going to tell us all about her journey to Africa and the birth of her business, and all about how we can connect with her and travel with her. So get ready, guys. Put your hands together and welcome my friend Sophia Naiditch. All right. So let me give you your flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, we basically grew up like sisters. So she's always been the sister from another mister. I never had a big sister because I'm the eldest. So I always admire her and take her wisdom. Even when we were younger, we were able to talk like I always take her wisdom. And she started photography. Girl, I want to tell you, I'm a fan of your work. And I just wanted to give you your flowers. Congratulations with all you're doing. You're going to tell us about travel, but I wanted to mention that I'm a fan of your photography and your eyes, the way you look at things through your lens and how you portray it and your lighting and everything, everything about photography. I really want to say, congrats on that journey that you have started and even on this new one that you're going to tell us about. I wish you all the best with it. And I just wanted to give you your flowers. I love you. Thank you so much for coming on. I've talked about how I love you. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, Shelly. I love you too. My name is Naiditch, and as Shelly said, I grew up in Jamaica, and I immigrated to the United States in 1994. Got my international business and marketing degree. Met my husband after 4 years, married. I have 2 kids, a 16-year-old and a 19-year-old. And been living in Chicago ever since. So
awesome.
Me in a little nutshell.
Awesome. So I gave her a call the other day. Wanted to treat her father. As I said, we grew up like sisters. So she's my dad. It's my dad and it's her dad too. I have no problem with that.
Yep.
So we're saying we're going to do something for Father's Day. We want you to come on this Zoom call and big up daddy and da. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to Kilimanjaro. I'm like, Kilimanjaro? So I did Geo and it resonated with me. I said, wow, please take pictures because I know she's in photography. I was like, please take pictures and let me see. And then when she came back, we all hearing about this business of hers. So we're going to go all the way back to your first trip because clearly this is not her first trip. She's been traveling all the time. What? I let you know that, okay, you can take up a bag and you alone go and travel. What was that first trip like that let you know that, okay, yeah, this travel bug has bit me?
Oh my goodness. As you said, I've been around the world and I enjoy traveling by myself. I do remember the first time I traveled by myself, and it was when I left Jamaica. I came here for college. I was like, okay, I don't mind the airplane. I don't mind seeing a new place. I've always been adventurous, as you know. And so I just said, hey, what country can I go to when the kids are a little older? I do travel with the kids. But there's something about traveling on your own. And so I decided maybe I went to Paris on my own the first time. I had to get used to the language. I had to get used to taking the train around Paris. I got lost 1,000,001 times. I had to learn how to use my hands to speak, And so the travel bug got into me, I think, once I did that trip. And I realized, hey, you can meet a lot of fun people this way, being on your own. See the world, and as long as you do your research and you understand where you're going, and just if you're safe, then yeah, it's you grow so much, traveling on your own. You force yourself to experience things that you probably wouldn't normally experience. You force yourself to be out there and to meet new people, meet new cultures. Yeah, it's scary, but once you get used to it and you understand the ropes, you're good.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So do you do the backpack way or you have a suitcase?
No, I'm a bougie girl. No way.
I was just looking on that figure, like especially for this one with the Tanzania. I said, did she do the backpack route? Remember that lady years ago that came with a all she came with by herself was a backpack on her back, and I guess everything was in it because she was fine for the time.
No, Shelly, nope, nope. So we at 48 years old don't travel that way.
That's right. I was just wondering because I'm learning. I haven't traveled in a while, but I'm learning. I'm learning that there are different modes to it in terms of how people travel. So when you're putting your bags together, right? Whether it's a suit, when you said it's a suitcase, what's your must-have in your bag for traveling? You must have it, no matter what.
Go back to the backpack thing for a minute. I do climb Kilimanjaro. I've done it twice. And yes, I do use my backpack and I climb the mountain in the back, using my backpack. So that part, yes, I do rough it out and sleep in a tent and all that. That's, part of Kilimanjaro. All right. So your question is what?
About you must have for travel. We're building ourselves up to the Kilimanjaro. But I wanted to give everybody the background as to how you got there.
I got you. All right. So what you must pack when you're traveling?
What's your must? Because everybody is different. What's your must have? Yeah.
Does it depend on the country I'm going to, or does
it? You could maybe do it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, must pack. I would say nice, comfortable lounge, sweatpants, sweatshirts. That's my go-to. Like to be comfortable travel. Actually, I do have my phone, chargers. I mean, all the essential things. Little makeup, comfortable shoes if you're going to do a lot of walking. Definitely buy some shoes that will allow you to walk for a while and make sure you actually wear the shoes before you travel. So you don't have to run into cases where, I have big feet, size 10. And sometimes when you travel, you can't find that size shoes. So for me, shoes and comfortable clothes for sure.
Right. And especially with the languages, as you said, when you're in France, you got lost twice. If you have to run buying shoes in a foreign country, you may find yourself in problems. And some shoes don't convert well.
Exactly. Shoe sizes are different. And I swear they make shoes for small feet people. They don't.
Trust me. Because mine is wide too. So I have to be, choosing and looking for them in the larger numbers because of how my feet is shaped too. So I understand. So you just said you climbed Kilimanjaro. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Another thing to pack is your pharmaceuticals because it's not easy to find the medicines you like. If you have diarrhea, you have to make sure you find something that you're comfortable to take. If you get a cold or something, sometimes those medicines are in a different language and you don't understand what you're taking. Although the pharmacy can help and give you the correct one, but I like to travel with things I'm familiar with, and so my pharmaceutical stuff are one of my main things too.
That's a good one. I never thought about that, but now that you said it, like a little first aid kit, so to speak.
Yes, that's one very important one. Because anything can happen. You can drink
right. Especially if they're coming with you to Tanzania and all right. So we've been talking about Tanzania. You said you climbed Kilimanjaro twice.
Yeah, girl.
Oh, I didn't know it was a thing that you could do maybe more than once. But tell us all about that. Why? What was so fascinating about Kilimanjaro? I've seen pictures, and we're going to show you guys a little bit of it in the video. But so tell us.
What's so fascinating about Kilimanjaro? Imagine wide open spaces in an environment where there's no one around except all the climbers. And, I do the routes where you don't see a lot of climbers. Just being able to connect with your inner self, because you're putting yourself through, I would say, 4 to 6 hours of climb a day, and you're actually ascending to 19,341 feet. And so it is a challenge that forces you to look inside yourself and find inner strength. And I think I love that. I like discovering who I am. And I think I can discover myself through challenges like that and push myself past limits, past my limits I didn't think I have. And so that's my fascination is just being outdoors, connecting with nature and connecting with myself. And so
I keep thinking, that's so awesome. I keep thinking about my one climb to Blue Mountain, and that, I think that would become parity, because one of your pictures, you're above the clouds. And there was a time when we were up there on the Blue Mountain looking down on clouds. But by the time I got to there, my legs, I think I didn't grip properly, but so my legs would not move. I once I stopped walking, that was because we slept in the cabin, and then we ascended to the peak the next day. I could not move. My legs were just, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that again. But I think if I had prepped myself, I would have been better off in terms of, but I like the whole concept of hiking, nature walks. So that's why you even got me so intrigued.
It is just one of the best things I've ever done in my life. And I keep doing it because I enjoyed so much. I mean, once you summit, you're like, oh my God, I'm on the roof of Africa. I am the tallest place you can ever be in Africa, tallest freestanding mountain.
Wow.
I love that. It's not easy, don't get me wrong. You have to train for it, but it's just so rewarding.
Oh, so what's the training like? What you do, like aerobic, swimming?
Well, I trained 3 months before, so I did a lot of tennis. I do love tennis, as you know. I do a lot of walking. So I live in Chicago and we don't have mountains. We don't have hills. Chicago is as flat as ever, sea level. And so I put on like a 20-pound backpack and I walk around the city, find different routes to walk. I do probably 4 miles 3 times a week. And then I climb stairs in my backyard, an apartment. And so we have an 8-story building. And so I climbed the stairs. So I tried to lead up to 2,000 stairs before, at least 2 weeks before my climb. And so I do push myself because you carry that heavy backpack when you're training, because when you're in altitude, it simulates that. So you're going to feel like exhaustion. You're going to feel your muscles are going to get tired. And so you train your body for that kind of workout.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh
Shelly.
I can see myself.
I'm killing.
Oh my God, but the dedication though, 3 times a week. Because I mean, if you're busy, you'd have to like carve out some serious time to do it, right?
Yeah, but here's my thing. I enjoy exercise, and so for me, I like to do that. But you don't have to push yourself so hard. As I said, anyone can climb Kilimanjaro. It's a mind, right? Because when you're actually climbing really, really slowly. So our guides they listen to you when you're walking and listen to your breath and see, the extent and how they can push you or not push you. And so you climb at your own pace. And so you go slowly so your body can acclimate to the altitude. And so I can climb Kilimanjaro and go to the summit in like 6-7 hours. Another person can climb it and make it in like 14 hours. It's not a rush. It's not a race. And so you train, yes, and you don't have to train as hard as I do. You can walk probably 3 miles 3 times a week. That's true. Hills or stairs to climb every once in a while. But you are climbing at your own pace, at your own level. So, my training might be a little different from yours, but you should still
be prepared, right? You don't want your legs going dead.
And you need cardio. Your heart needs to be strong because when you're in altitude, your heart rate goes up. You're breathing a little heavier because the air is thinner. And so you do need to train your heart to be able to sustain itself up there. So
hence the tennis.
Tennis, you can walk, do fast walk, play tennis, you can jog, just any kind of aerobic exercises. What's that one, Shelly, where they go on the bike and they do that biking
Oh,
thing?
Peloton, the Peloton.
Yeah.
Or cycling or I get it. Oh.
Even put on some, like, some dance all and just, do some little workout and get your heart rate up. Yeah, all that comes in handy.
Oh,
yeah.
All
But
right. So
don't let the training scare you. Trust me.
I'm not scared. I'm just trying to, put my mind around that whole process. So this trip you went and then you had that aha moment.
Yes.
And then you came back and created Sokara Tours.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Soraka.
There
you go. Soraka.
Soraka.
Explain how I came up with Soraka in a minute. So maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. So what was that conversation like, or what that decision was to start the business?
All right. So the first time I climbed Kilimanjaro, I climbed with my 19-year-old son, and he asked to climb Kilimanjaro for his graduation present. Shelly, when he came and asked me, I was like, no. First of all, I don't do tents. Second of all, I don't use a bathroom in the woods. Third of all, I hate heights. I mean, I go up on a 10-feet thing and I'm screaming, I hate heights. And so he's like, yeah, like, Mom, why don't you just read about it? And I thought he worked so hard to graduate high school that he's asking for something super small. He's autistic, and his high school life was a struggle. And so I figured, okay, let me go or see what this Kilimanjaro is all about. I read it and I realized it's not a technical mountain. You don't need equipment. You don't need any kind of fancy anything. It's basically a hike. You're not looking off a cliff. You're not feeling like you're going to fall off the mountain. So I'm like, all right, I can do this. And so that was my first journey to Tanzania and to Kilimanjaro. After I summited, it took about 15 hours to go up and come down to base camp. I turned to my son and I said, I'll never do this again. This is the craziest thing I've ever done, the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And somebody would have to be out of their mind to try this again. And so I got home and I just felt that connection with the mountain and just being in there. And I felt closer to God. I felt closer to nature. I miss that, I miss that feeling. And the guide I climbed with, his name is Baraka. And so Baraka and I kept in touch, and he told me, I'm very much interested in starting my own company, but I don't know how to go about doing it. And I thought, ding, 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 ding. Why don't I help you to start this climbing company? And so I decided to go back again and climb with Baraka, and just to see how he did on his own. And he was amazing, very professional. All his porters are professional. We have about 60 workers right now working for us. And so anyway, I kind of jumped ahead. Let me go back to how Soraka came into play. And so Baraka said this was his dream. He wanted to own his own company. And I thought, okay, I'll help you. And so we started trying to come up with business names. So it was like Climb with Baraka, nope. Summit with Baraka, nope. So many names were taken. And so one morning I woke up and I thought, ding, wait a minute. How about my name with yours? So Soraka, Sophia Baraka. And so we came up with Soraka. And so that's where that name came from. Mm-hmm. Actually, I missed a very important part to the story. So after the summit with Baraka, we were walking down and I was really tired. It's about 15 hours of constant walking, treacherous going down, the mountain. But after coming back down, we were walking and I saw a beautiful rainbow. And I turned and said, wait a minute. Is this common? He's like, I've seen rainbow, but nothing like this. I'm like, okay, whatever. And so we kept walking and I'm like, okay, let's try touching this rainbow. So, try to touch a rainbow. But as you know, you can't really touch a rainbow, right? It's actually distance. And so we continued walking, and about 40 minutes into the descent, the rainbow is still with us. And I realized this beautiful rainbow is actually guiding us. And so I felt this emotion came over me, and I thought, oh my God, God is speaking to me in this way, or speaking to us. And I felt like I was right where I belong in that one time. I realized Kilimanjaro and I have a connection. We have something going, and the heavens are sending this sign to say, hey, do this with this guy. It's going to be prosperous. You're going to be feeling fulfilled. It's going to be my promise to you, and I don't know how to explain it, but I felt that that way. And so I knew when I came back, doing Soraka Tours is destiny, something I was meant to do. But another thing, Soraka actually means a gift from the heavens.
Oh,
and
wow.
Oh, and name Soraka all just comes in and ties in, and yeah.
Oh, so sometimes those just simply merging two names develop a meaning basically within itself, a gift from heaven. Awesome, awesome. So, how can persons connect with you before we even go further to, be a part of the tours? How often are you doing these tours? Because you said you have employees and stuff like that. So,
Yes.
yeah, tell us about that, like how to connect with your business, and like, when is the next tour, or how do if they can plan their own tours or stuff like that.
And so you can contact us on my website, or on our website at soraka.tours, and it has all of our information. And have my phone number. You can WhatsApp me. You can email me at sophia@soraka.tours. You can visit me on Instagram. I do have a lot of pictures on Instagram, so you can see what you're getting yourself into. And that's Soraka Tours on Instagram. The website has all the information. Again, it's soraka.tours. All the information.
Awesome. So are the tours scheduled, or persons can plan their own thing?
So it's we customize a lot of our packages because people like so many different things. And as I said, I'm kind of a bougie kind of girl. Well, not really, but
I understand.
I want to provide my clients with exceptional services. And so I like to cater to my clients. So whatever they ask for, we try to get it done. And so because we customize packages, we usually do more private tours. Although this summer I plan to summit 3 times. I know I'm crazy. I'm going back to summit.
Really? You're going to go back 3 times, or you're going to just stay and go 3 times?
I'm going to stay in Tanzania and try to summit 3 times. And I'm organizing groups, to come with me. And so that would be like a package thing. So people can sign in or sign up for this particular tour with me personally. And I won't be guiding you. I'm not a professional guide, but my partner is a professional guide, and he will be mountain. So whoever wants to join me this summer, WhatsApp me, email, or text, or Instagram DM to find out. But I will be doing 3 times. Let's just hope it works.
All right. Well, I'll be definitely rooting and praying for you that it comes off. It should be interesting, because I'm thinking, because you're already there, your body's going to get adjusted. So I'm sure by the second time, but you have people with you, so you can just run over the mountain. But
no,
your body will be okay.
Yeah, my body will be okay because I will be already acclimated. And third will be not, I won't say easy, but it'll be not as difficult. And people who are hiking with me, as I said, will go at our own pace. There's no rush. If you can only hike 5-6 hours and you are late at camp, it's not a big deal. We have roughly 1 guide to 2 people. And so if we have a group and somebody's falling behind, the guides stay behind and walk with you and go at your own pace. So it's really, we make it very easy for you to achieve the goal of summiting Mount Kilimanjaro.
Okay.
For our workers, we handle the logistics of all of your hike, of your tour, including safari. All you have to do is just show up, lace up your boots, your well-worn boots. You have to make sure you wear shoes or boots that you already practice walking in for miles and miles.
Okay.
Have our porters who bring all your stuff up the mountain. So all you need is just your day pack with your water and your electrolytes and your snacks.
Okay.
Porters carry your stuff up, the tents, their bathrooms, your shower, whatever you need. We have guys that bring that up in the reach camp before you get there and set everything up. We have chefs who cook 3 meals a day for you in the mountain. We have yes, we have a
Me.
and I tell you, we have a server who wakes you up in the mountain, knock on your tent and bring coffee and tea to you, and then have fresh water for you to freshen up, for the day's hike. But it's an amazing service. So all you have to do is focus on reaching the top.
Okay, 'cause I mean, when you think about Kilimanjaro, I've seen. Do they do it in the winter too, where the snow is coming down? Because I remember, I think I saw a story that people can go up there and get frozen and stuff
It
like
is.
that, or not Kilimanjaro.
It is. It's Kilimanjaro. It is
Oh,
extremely
okay.
cold. On summit night, we summit around 12 a.m. in the morning. And then you reach the summit around, probably, depending on how you walk, like 6 to 8 o'clock in the morning. So it does get cold. It gets below zero. Basically, your water bottle freezes. Your water thingy freezes. I say thingy. I know what the water hose freeze. You have to dress really warm. Basically everyone put on all their clothes that they brought with them and layer it and put on their snow pants. It does get cold, Shelly. It does.
Oh, so even if it's so okay. So for Africa, when is their technical summer? Now in the
Um,
in the New Year here, it's January. Is
yeah,
their summer
yeah,
or okay?
yeah, because our summer's their winter and our winter's their summer.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but
So it's
the
better to climb it in the summer because you said for our summer you're gonna go. Is it better to climb it then, or it doesn't matter?
So here's the thing. So it doesn't matter about winter or summer. It's the rainy season. Rainy season is important. Some people climb when it rains and they don't care, but I personally do not like to climb and get, wet and be miserable and cold. Some people don't
Mhm.
mind. So I'd say the best time to climb would be from March through October, and then they have like a month of rainy season from October to November, and then you can climb again from December to about February, and then from February to about March, another set of rainy season. So best time to climb summer and
Oh, you plan around the rainy seasons.
yes, because the mountain makes its own climate, creates its own climate, and so when you think of summer and fall and spring, it doesn't really apply to Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro is almost always the same temperature. You start off 50 degrees, 60 degrees. You go through the rainforest, you go through the moorlands. The higher you go, the colder it gets. When you reach Barafo Camp, that's base camp, which is about 15,000 feet, something like that, it gets cold. And it does, everywhere gets cold at night. And so you can't escape that. So you have to dress warm, whether it's
Mhm.
for winter, spring, it doesn't matter. It's always going to be this around the same temperature. And yes, you do get snow on top of Kilimanjaro.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of snow up there at this time because the glaciers are melting. And which makes me sad because we're going to be losing the glaciers in another 10 to 15 years.
Oh, because of global warming too, right?
I went there last year and there was, quite a bit of snow on the ground. I went back this year and not a lot of snow on the ground, and the glaciers are receding more and more. So I would say if you would like to see an amazing wonder that this world, has, you should go see the glaciers before they melt.
Wow.
Yeah. But yes, can you imagine you have snow in Africa?
I know, right? Awesome. So, okay, you mentioned the safari, and I remember your videos from your last trip. You were
Yeah.
singing and clapping with the villagers. That's where the safari part of it is.
The
That's
cold
where
that
they are, the villagers.
Yeah, so yes, that's part of the safari, but that's also a part of our cultural tours where you go meet various tribes. Tanzania is filled with tribes. They have so many tribes. I can't tell you a specific number, but I'm pretty sure they have over 300 tribes or more. And so you get a chance to socialize and to meet different tribes and see how they live, what they eat, their diets. How to raise their kids, what values, what they believe in. It's a kind of a eye opener, and so we that part that's part of our cultural tours, and that usually goes hand in hand with safari. Like you would go and do safari one day and then take a break and maybe do a cultural tour the next day and then do more safaris, because we do provide services to all the parks in Tanzania. Safari. So
So you had to get partner. I guess he did that part, the legwork of getting partnerships with those different parks and stuff.
I'm not partnership, because everyone that actually enters a park has to pay a fee.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and so it's my partner there does provide Kilimanjaro services, guiding, and he also help with the safari parts, and I book in and make sure everyone's comfortable, advise people what to bring to Tanzania, advise them, tell them, let them know what to expect when they land in Tanzania. Yeah, so as I said, we do have a lot of workers with us. So we have safari drivers, 4x4 Jeep that take you around.
This is exciting.
We're partners with about 35 hotels in Tanzania. And so, so it's a well-oiled machine.
Awesome. Quick question. I thought crossed my mind, maybe somebody's speaking about that. So I said, let me ask. Visas, like some countries you may need. Do you need a visa to go to Tanzania?
You do need a visa, but it's not what you think. You need a tourist visa, but you can get that at the airport. So when you land, you just fill out a small little paper and you get a tourist visa, and it lasts for about 6 months.
Oh, okay.
You can also
standard thing for most countries, 6 months.
Exactly. Okay. And you can also apply for this online before you get to Tanzania, so you don't have to be held up in line trying to fill out paperwork. So apply for it and get your visa and head out there.
So you would go to like the country's website, or there's a link on your thing to direct persons. Okay.
I don't have this link or the information at this point, but you go to Tanzania and travel, and it should come up.
Okay, cool. All right. So are we ready to go? Maybe not for this year, but I definitely want to try. I like how you paint the picture about the whole journey, and make sure the shoes can't be brand new. Got to make sure.
No. You have to, when you're climbing, because you're climbing for hours a day, you don't want blisters, because there's no way you're going to fix blisters while you're climbing, and it's going to get worse and worse every day. And so you've got to make sure you buy boots and at least walk in your boots 2 months in advance. So your feet gets used to the shoes, your shoes get used to your feet. It should feel like it's a part of your body by the time
like you're walking barefooted, basically.
Yeah, like you're. Same with your backpack too, Shelly. If you're going to be walking with a backpack, you've got to practice walking with that backpack, because after about 3 or 4 hours, the backpack starts irritating your shoulders. The weight feels funny on your back. And so once you practice using that backpack, it becomes part of you. And so altitude, and you can't, your breathing gets shallow. Your muscles are tired from walking hours a day. At least your shoes and your backpack won't be irritating you.
Awesome. Awesome. So is there going to be any plans for other places, perhaps?
Not right now. My sole is Tanzania at this point, because to get our name out there, get the brand out there. I'm trying to get people to know Soraka Tours and trying to encourage people to come visit this beautiful country of Tanzania. So right now, my focus is, connecting people with Tanzania.
Awesome.
you don't know what the future holds.
Right, right, right. But just me, you're just thinking maybe. But then it's early days, so that's really out there in the future, some part. Awesome. I
Exactly.
am so excited. Thank you so much for just sitting down and chatting and telling us all about, don't tell
So,
me, Soraka. I don't know what.
Shelly, think of Sophia and Baraka, and then you say,
Right.
uh,
Baraka Sophia Soraka.
very,
God's gift.
yeah.
Right? God's gift. That's what
Yes, my
God's
rainbow.
gift. All right. Okay.
God,
Awesome. Awesome. So
from
there
God.
you have it, guys. Connect with her. She's on IG. As I mentioned earlier, she takes good pictures, and you'd have been seeing the pictures as we've been talking. So you know that this is legit, this is the real deal. Um this is an honest person. As I said, we grew up together, so I'm not even giving you anything crappy. And if you heard it from the horse's mouth, you're gonna get a good experience. Who doesn't want to be woken up in the morning with coffee or tea, even if you're sleeping in a tent? I don't think that's that's nothing I've ever heard of before on any other trip or another hiking tour. But this sounds like it's gonna be a blast, guys. So connect with her and make sure you leave reviews so that we can all hear about your trip when you go. Right? Right. So thank you so much, Sophia. Blessings
Thanks.
to you and Baraka
Yes.
on your journey, and may you guys grow and grow and grow. That we can't help but notice when you put your name, when you start, sometimes you start searching, the Google helps you. Yeah,
Mhm.
something like that.
Hoping for that too, Shelly. I'm hoping for
Yeah,
that.
yes, yes. So God bless the both of you and all the best in this new year. Happy New Year. And we just say more life, more strength to you. And thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me.
All right. Thanks, Shelly. It was a pleasure.
Awesome. Bye, guys. Don't forget to click the notification bell, subscribe, share this video. Somebody wants to travel. Somebody wants to see something different. Share this video, let your friends know, and connect with my friend. And then you just go to Tanzania, take your pictures, and have a blast. Thank you so much for making it according to MzShellz, guys. God bless you. Take care.
All right. Bye.